Chapter 12.
Capítulo 12,
Verses 1, 2, and 3.
versos 1, 2 y 3.
Okay. All right. Genesis 12,
Génesis 12,
verse 1.
verso 1.
Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, from thy kindred, from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee.
Pero Jehová había dicho a Abraham, vete de tu tierra y de tu parentela y de la casa de tu padre a la tierra que te mostraré.
And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
Y haré de ti una nación grande y te bendeciré y engrandeceré tu nombre y serás bendición.
And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed.
Bendeciré a los que te bendijeren y a los que te maldijeren. Maldiciré y serán benditas en ti todas las familias de la tierra.
Then all the way over to Genesis 22 and verse 15.
Luego Génesis 22, verso 3, 15.
And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time.
Y llamó el ángel de Jehová a Abraham por segunda vez desde el cielo.
And I'm going to preach a little bit.
Voy a predicar un
I
poquito.
pray the anointed word
Oro que la palabra ungida
will do something in our hearts today.
hará algo en los corazones hoy día.
You may be seated.
Pueda sentarse.
We should have prayed
Debemos orar
many times today.
muchas veces hoy día.
We should have prayed over our system directors,
Deberemos orar sobre las directoras de sistemas,
both former and present.
ambos anterior y
We should have really
presentes.
prayed for Pastor Orson.
Realmente debemos orar para Pastor Orson.
We should have prayed for all the Bible
Debemos
quizzers,
orar para los niños que han probado
all
la
of our
Biblia,
leaders, directors,
todos los líderes y
all
directoras,
of the team leads that
todos
are
los
here,
líderes de los equipos quienes están aquí,
all the folks sitting way up
todas las
there,
personas sentadas allí atrás,
as well as those sitting on the front row.
también los en la primera fila.
Because prayer is powerful.
Porque la oración es poderosa.
Prayer is probably the most powerful thing we can do.
La oración es la cosa más poderosa que podemos hacer.
You can be young and you can be
Puedes
old.
ser joven y anciano.
You can be from any culture,
Puedes
any
ser de
color,
cada cultura y cada color.
any background.
Cualquier historia.
You can be evil or you
Puedes
can
ser
be
malo
righteous.
o justo.
Hello?
¿Aló?
And cry out to
Y
Jesus,
clamar hacia Jesús.
and He will hear your
Y
prayer.
Él escuchará la oración.
He is an amazing God,
Él es un Dios asombrante.
and He answers
Y
prayer.
Él contesta la oración.
So now, Lord Jesus, I
Ahora,
ask
Señor
you
Jesús, yo te pido.
to let these lips of clay be anointed
Los
today,
labios de paro, hablar.
that the word will go forth with
La
power.
palabra irá adelante con poder.
Not only that we would hear and it would be pleasing
No
to our
solamente que
ears,
nos oigamos y será agradecido a las orejas,
but that our hearts would hear,
pero que los corazones oirán.
our souls would
Que
be
las
quickened,
almas estarían edificados
and we will move
y
forward
nos moderamos
by the
adelante
power of your
por el
grace.
poder de la gracia
In Jesus'
en el
name.
nombre de
Jesus'
Jesús.
name. My theme for the year
La tema para el año
is kind of on the wall,
está en el padre.
2020, giving it our all.
20, dándolo todo.
My verse
El verso
is taken from Acts
está tomado de
20:20.
Hechos 20:20,
Perfect vision.
una versión perfecta.
And how I kept back nothing that was profitable unto you, but have showed you and have taught you publicly and from house to house.
Hechos 20:20.
2020.
20. Y como nada que fuese útil, he rehuido de anunciaros y enseñaros públicamente y por las casas.
Now, I have kind of the opportunity in a way that Brother Sam and Sister Kristen did not have.
Ahora yo tengo una oportunidad que hermano Sam y hermana Kristen no tuvieron.
I have the microphone every Sunday if I
Tengo el
want it.
micrófono cada domingo,
And I can preach to you.
pero predicarles.
Home groups, home groups,
Grupos en
home
los
groups.
hogares, grupos en los
Home
hogares,
groups, home
grupos en
groups.
los
Until you're
hogares.
tired of
Hasta que
hearing
estás
home groups.
cansada de oír los grupos en
Small
los
groups.
hogares, grupos pequeños.
It's a statistical fact
Estadísticamente es un hecho
that people flourish much better in small
que las
groups.
personas crezcan mejor en grupos pequeños.
Mega churches have not really been so
Las
successful
iglesias grandes no tuvieron mucho éxito
at impacting our
en
people, the people of our world for
impactar el
God.
mundo para Dios.
But small groups
Pero grupos pequeños
are effective.
Grupos pequeños son eficaces.
And so I'm going to present to you two
Entonces
things
les voy a presentar dos cosas a ti
as I start my
mientras que
preaching.
comienzo la predicación.
He said, I kept nothing back.
Le dije, no detenía nada.
From that I take my theme,
De eso yo tomo mi tema,
giving it our all.
dándolo todo.
We must.
Debemos.
It's like design, destiny,
Como el
purpose.
diseño, destino, propósito.
That we're not saved
Y no somos salvos
to just make it to heaven by
solamente
ourselves.
llegar al cielo solo.
But we have been given a
Pero
destiny.
fuimos dados un destino.
I truly believe that in Washington,
Realmente lo
D.C.
creo en Washington, D.C.
That regardless of what brought you
Que no
here,
importa de lo que traía a ti aquí,
be it education or career
si fuese la educación o carrera
or sinful life,
o vida del pecado,
whatever the case may be,
lo que sea el caso,
God, I believe, brought you here.
yo creo que Dios te ha traído aquí.
And He brought you to living
Te
hope.
traía a esperanza viva.
And we come from many
Y
cultures,
venimos de varias culturas
and we come now from many
y
ages.
ahora de muchas épocas.
But we all have been given a divine
Todos fuimos dados
destiny.
un destino divino.
What I understand of the Scripture
Lo que yo entiendo de la escritura,
is that the Lord hears the prayers
el
of His
Señor
people.
escucha las oraciones de su pueblo.
Not that He doesn't hear other prayers,
No que no escucha las otras
but
oraciones,
His eyes are
pero sus
upon
ojos
His
están
people.
sobre su pueblo.
That He has a
Que
distinct
Él
reason
tiene una razón
for bringing us
distinta por
together.
traernos juntos.
That God has a
Que Dios
purpose
tiene un propósito
for us
para nosotros,
coming together.
viniendo juntos.
And He will fulfill
Y si
His
va a
purpose.
cumplir su propósito,
He which called you,
el que te llamó,
He knew what He was doing.
él sabía que estaba
He
haciendo.
chose
Él te
you
escogió a ti.
before you chose Him.
Tú le escogió a él.
He knew you.
Él te conoció.
Jeremiah said,
Jeremías dijo,
while you were yet in your mother's womb,
en el vientre de su
He
madre.
knew you.
Él te conocía a
And
ti.
He is bringing us
Él
together
está unificándonos.
for a distinct will of God to be
La voluntad de
accomplished.
Dios distinta ser
There
cumplida.
may be other things
Tal vez están otras cosas
that we are involved in,
en que estamos involucrados.
but behind it all,
Pero atrás de todo
there is a divine thread
está una cinta
of
divina
God's presence at
de la
work
presencia
in
de
your
Dios
life.
obrando en tu vida.
No one else may know it.
Nadie más lo sabe tal vez.
Others may not identify it.
No lo identifican.
At times, you may wander astray
A
from it.
veces tú estás lejos de eso.
At times, you may forget
A veces tú olvidarás
that God created
que
you
Dios te ha creado a ti
and God saved
y
you,
Dios te salvó a ti.
and that God has a perfect will for your life.
Perfecta para tu vida.
You will not find satisfaction
Encontrarás la
as a
satisfacción
child of God.
como un niño de Dios.
You will not find
No
fulfillment
encontrarás el cumplimiento
even if you accomplish great
aun si
things.
tú cumples grandes cosas.
I had a little conversation with Dan
Una conversación con
about his trip to see the king.
Dan acerca de su viaje a visitar al rey.
Hello?
¿Aló?
I'm not going to prophesy
No
over
voy a
Dan.
profetizar sobre Dan.
Tell him he's going to Ghana as a
Dile que
missionary.
va a ir como misionero a Ghana.
But I am going to say this.
Pero sí voy a decir esto.
In our conversation,
En nuestra conversación,
though he was there with the king,
aunque él estuvo allí con el rey
and he saw many
y
things,
veía muchas cosas,
behind all of that,
atrás de todo esto
there was kind of an awareness
hubo un sabimiento
that somewhere God is doing something.
que Dios estaba
There
haciendo
is a working of the Spirit of
una
God.
obra del Espíritu con Dios.
That's us.
Eso es nosotros.
And he said, I preach to you publicly.
Le dijo, yo predico a ti
That's what I'm
públicamente.
doing here
Es lo
today.
que estoy haciendo hoy día.
That's what we do on
Es lo
Sundays.
que hacemos los domingos.
The 20-minute sessions that
La
we
sesión de 20 minutos.
have certainly
También
heard
ciertamente
from
hemos
others.
escuchado de los demás.
To me, those are times of development.
Son tiempos de desarrollamiento.
That someday a Rooney may pastor
Y
a
algún
church.
día tal vez Rudy va a pastorear una iglesia.
Don't get all shocked.
No asustas a eso.
I want you to know we
Quiero
did
que
not
tú
know
sabes que no supimos
that Sam and Kristen would
que
go to
Sam y
Barcelona.
Kristen iban a
We
ir a
were
Barcelona.
content. We were content
Fuimos contentos
with Sunday after Sunday.
con domingo tras domingo.
We would still be content if they decided
Estábamos
not to
contentos
go.
si decidieron de no ir.
But there is a working of God
Pero hay una obra de Dios
to mold His people
de formar su pueblo
and to send His
y
people
enviar sus personas
out of these four walls
fuera de los paredes,
into other arenas,
en otras áreas,
into other
en
cultures.
otras culturas.
Oh yes,
Oh, sí,
God has a plan
Dios tiene un plan
to save many people.
para salvar muchas personas.
But I'm going to tell this.
Pero yo voy a decir
You
esto.
have a Bible,
Tú tienes una Biblia,
but that Bible does not become effective
pero la Biblia no se
by you just saying you believe it.
por solamente diciendo que tú lo
You
crees.
must practice
Debes
it.
practicarlo.
It must move you
Debe moverte.
out of complacency, out of career seeking, out of apathy, out of, hello?
¿Aló?
Out of fleshly desires.
Los deseos
That when
carnales.
you are in your career,
Estás en
He
tu
can
carrera.
speak to you about the person working across the hall from you, and you can become the
Te
vessel
puedes convertir en una
of
vasija
witness
de un testigo
all around this city.
alrededor de la ciudad.
See, not just publicly.
No solamente públicamente.
In May
En mayo
and in August this
y en
year,
agosto de la
we will once again do the Feed My People
de nuevo vamos
picnics.
a hacer los picnics de alimentar
It
las
was
personas.
successful last year.
Tuvo exitoso el año pasado.
We had over 300 people in
Tuvimos más de
attendance.
300 personas en asistencia.
We made 167 new
Tuvimos
contacts.
167 contactos.
This year our plan is to take
Este
it
año el
further.
plan es tomarlo más lejos.
We're going to work to have live music at every
Tener
picnic.
música viva en cada picnic.
We're going to have people who will be willing to take a microphone
De tomar el micrófono
and give
y dar
testimony
testimonio
of what God has
de lo
done in
que
their
Dios
life.
dice en sus
We're
vidas.
not planning on preaching,
No estamos planificando
but
predicar.
we will give testimony to the people who come and eat with us on those Sundays. That we will leave these chairs and we will go in the parks, 3 different locations inside the Beltway. We will sing and glorify God, and we will give testimony publicly of what God has done in our lives. Publicly and then house to house.
Y luego casa a casa.
We're going to, by God's help,
Por la ayuda
we're
de
going to see
ellos,
revival in our home groups.
vamos a ver avivamiento en los grupos de los
I had
hogares.
to go over to Esperanza Viva early this
Tenía
morning
que visitar Esperanza Viva hoy en la
to drop
mañana
off some things.
para dejar algunas
I
cosas.
met Brother Marcos and Sister Irma.
Conocí, yo vi, hermano
They
Marcos
told
y
me-
hermana Irma,
They told me that earlier this week,
que temprana en la semana,
in their home group,
en su grupo del hogar,
a young lady received the baptism
una
of the
joven
Holy
recibió el
Ghost
bautismo del Espíritu
in their living
Santo
room.
en su sala.
They told me
Me ha dicho
that that last night,
que anoche
her mother came with her
su madre vino con
to the
ella
service
al servicio
because she was a witness of the transformation in her daughter. And the mother received the baptism of the Holy Ghost last night. Publicly and house to house.
casa a casa.
Judy and Luis,
Judy y Luis
they attend small groups.
asisten a los grupos en los hogares.
Others.
Otros.
But this must be our
Eso
year
debe ser nuestro
of harvest.
de la cosecha.
Publicly
Públicamente.
and house to house.
Casa a casa.
So I read my text
Entonces leí el texto
about Abram.
acerca de Abraham.
If you're familiar with Genesis 12,
Si tú conoces Génesis 12,
you know that this man
sabes que el hombre
was first referred to as Abram.
inicialmente fue referido
He
como
later,
Abraham
his name is changed
y cambió su nombre
to Abraham.
a Abraham.
The difference is that Abraham
La diferencia es que Abraham
means the father of many.
significa el padre de muchos.
God was going to add multiplication
Iba a
to
agregar
Abram's
multiplicación
life.
a la vida de Abraham.
God's
El
desire
deseo de Dios
is that your life will become more as you associate with Jesus Christ.
Jesucristo.
That your life will
Tu vida
multiply.
va a multiplicar.
That He will bless
Él
you
bendecirá
coming in and going out.
entrando y
He
saliendo.
will bless you on your job. He will bless you in your home. He will bless you with your family. He will bless you with your employer.
Con tu trabajo.
Abraham.
Abraham.
And then I read
Luego
from
leía
Genesis 22,
de Génesis 22,
verse 15.
verso 15.
I just thought that verse was interesting.
Pensé que el verso fue interesante.
That God called to Abraham
Que Dios
a second time.
llamó la segunda vez a Abraham.
Now, I'm going to try and fill in the
Voy a
blanks.
tratar de llenar las vacíos.
First of all, there are people here
Están personas aquí
that are a part of Living Hope
que están parte de Esperanza Viva,
that I am in awe of.
que yo estoy
People who did not even know there was a God.
personas que no supieron que era un Dios.
People who, when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. They did not know there was a God.
Exagerando, no supieron que
People
era
who
un Dios.
believed there was no
Creían
God.
que no era un Dios.
Or people who believe if there was a God,
Sí, fue un
He
Dios
was way out there
que lo
somewhere
tuvo bien
and
lejos
not involved
y no
in
involucrado
your life.
en la vida.
There are people here
Están
who,
personas aquí
when they first came to
cuando
God,
inicialmente vinieron a Dios,
they came to know Jesus.
vinieron a conocer a Dios,
They
a
were a
Jesús,
long way off.
estuvieron muy lejos.
And that's the story of Abram.
Esto es la historia de Abraham.
Abram's father
El padre de Abraham
was an idolater.
era en idolatría.
Abram did not come from an apostolic
Abraham
family.
no salió de una familia
He did not
apostólica.
come from a
No
church-going
salió
family.
de una familia en la
He
iglesia.
came
Salió
from a background
de
that
una
was away
historia
from God.
lejos de Dios.
But God
Pero Dios
saw something in Abram.
veía algo en Abraham.
God saw something in Aruni.
Dios veía algo en
God
Abraham.
saw something in Scott.
Veía algo en
God
Abraham.
saw something in Bradley.
Veía
God
algo en
saw
Abraham.
something in you.
Algo en ti.
And there are people here, their journey began
Por nada comenzó
when God spoke
cuando
to them.
Dios le habló.
Now, I personally believe
Yo personalmente
that's
creo
true
que
of
es
all
la
of us,
verdad de todos.
whether we grew up around
Si
church
hemos
or not.
crecido en la iglesia o no,
That you do not come to
que tú
God
no vienes a Dios
on your own.
solo.
No man comes
Ningún hombre
except
viene
the Spirit draws him.
si el Espíritu no lo
We
trae.
love Him
Le amamos a Él
because He
porque
first loved us.
verdaderamente Él nos
We
amó a
do not
nosotros.
possess the capacity within ourselves, within our own humanity,
Entre
to
la
love
humanidad
God.
de amar a
But
Dios.
God loved us while we were yet sinners. Christ died for us.
Cristo murió para nosotros.
Yes.
Sí.
Hence we come to Abram.
Entonces llegamos a Abraham.
whatever it was.
lo que fue.
We don't have details
No
of his
tenemos los
childhood,
detalles de su niñez,
of his life.
de su vida,
Not really.
no realmente.
We just show up at chapter 12.
Solamente llegamos en
Merrill
capítulo 12.
Cornwell says
Merrill
of
Cornwell se dice
the story of Abram,
de la historia de Abraham,
it's like a new beginning.
es como un nuevo
For
comienzo para Dios.
Genesis 1 through 12,
1 hasta 12.
we find Adam and Eve,
Adán y Eva,
Cain and Abel,
Cana y Abel,
Noah.
Noé,
Hello?
aló,
A flood.
un diluvio,
Hello?
aló.
Only a few people were saved,
Solamente pocas personas fueron salvos,
knowing therefore the severity of God's judgment.
sabiendo el fuerte juicio de Dios.
Now, God starts over.
Ahora Dios comenzó de
It's
nuevo.
already a created man,
Ya es un hombre creado.
and God speaks to him. He saw that
Dios habló a
something.
través de él.
He saw that something in you, Robert.
Él veía algo en ti.
Do we understand that?
¿Lo
God,
entendemos?
well, where's Manosia?
¿Dónde está Manoja?
Right there she is.
Ahí está ella.
That was a sinner girl.
Ella era un pecador.
That's what she tells me.
Lo que ella me dice.
She was a great sinner, she
Ella
said.
soy un pecador, me dijo.
But God saw
Pero
beyond
Dios
your
veía
sin.
más
My
allá del
brother,
pecado.
stabbed 11 times and left to die. God saw
Dejado
beyond
para morir.
all of your
Dios
sin
veía
and
más
said,
allá
I
del
love
pecado.
Isaac.
Le dijo, yo amo a Isaac.
Abram,
Abraham,
come to me.
ven a mí.
If you'll come to me,
Tú
Abram,
vienes así a mí, Abraham.
I'm going to bless you.
Yo te voy a bendecir.
Man, I'm going to bless everywhere you walk.
Voy a bendecir donde tú caminas.
You're going to have holy steps.
Vas a tener pasos santos.
I'm going to bless everywhere
Voy a
you go.
bendecir cada lugar donde te
Coming in
vayas.
and going out.
Saliendo y
I'm going to
entrando.
bless your children
Voy a
and your
bendecir los
children's
niños
children
y los
and your
niños de
children's
tus hijos y
children.
los hijos de los niños.
Oh, people of God, can you hear me? This is our
Esto
God.
es nuestro
He
Dios.
wants to bless
Él
us.
quiere bendecirnos.
It's a favored people.
Son personas favoreados.
Abraham was favored.
Fue
Vanessa.
favoreado.
He was favored. God said, I like that guy.
Él dice que yo
Surely
amo a
you
este
gotta
hombre.
see that in that
Seguramente
story.
tienes que verlo en la
I
historia.
love this guy.
Dios dijo, yo amo a
He
este
talks
hombre.
to me.
Él me habla.
He responds to
Él
me.
responde.
But you know, God said,
¿Sabes?
here's what I want you to do, Abraham.
Dios dice, aquí es lo que yo quiero que tú hagas.
There's some things you gotta leave
Hay unas
behind.
cosas que tú tienes que dejar atrás.
Hello, now I'm fixing to preach.
Ahora estoy preparando de
He said, leave your
predicar.
family.
Él dijo, deja tu
Oh,
familia.
wait a second now.
Espérate un
That couldn't
momento.
be God.
Eso no puede ser
No,
Dios.
I know that's not the God
Yo
of
sé que no es
2020.
el Dios del 2020.
In a sense, our world just tells you that it's all about love,
Esto va a
brother,
ser de
love.
amor.
But I'm telling you, God is going to call you and challenge you to go to Barcelona,
Barcelona.
to leave your careers and your, hello?
¿Aló?
Maybe your families, and go to places you weren't designing on your life to go
Que
to.
no estás diseñando a ir.
When you came to the altar
Cuando
the
tú
first time,
llegaste al altar la primera
whether
vez,
you were 5 years old
¿tienes 5 años
or older,
o mayor?
when you came to that altar and you said to God, I give you all that I am, I'll go where you want me to go, I'll be what you want me to be, I'll say what you want me to say, just take me, let me be yours.
Necesito de ser tuyo.
Kind of the air cleared,
El aire,
the Shekinah kind of lifted,
la presencia levantó.
and Abram
Y Abraham
said to his nephew,
dijo a su
come on,
sobrino,
nephew, go with us.
ven sobrino, ven con nosotros.
Did you know that as long as Lot stayed with Abram.
¿Sabes que el tiempo que Lot se quedó con Abraham,
God couldn't change him.
Dios no lo cambió?
His name wasn't
Su
changed
nombre
until
no
he
fue
separated
cambiado hasta que
himself
se
from
separó a
Lot.
sí mismo de Lot.
There are things in your life, God's not going to make you, God's not going to beg you, God's not going to beat you, tell you to do it, but He cannot bless you until you're willing to lay some things at the altar and leave them. It's not. See, God knew what was in Lot's heart.
Dios estuvo en el corazón de Lot.
And God knew what was in Abram's heart
Y
too.
Dios sabía lo que estuvo en el corazón de Abraham.
So, from chapter 12
Desde el capítulo
to
13
chapter
hasta
22,
el capítulo 22.
God's working to take things out
Estuvo
of
obrando de
Abram's life.
sacar cosas de la vida de Abraham.
Because God
Porque Dios
is going to use Abram.
iba a utilizar a Abraham.
But it had a beginning
Pero él tenía una
and then it had
comienzo
a journey.
y luego una
Oh
jornada.
my. Abram,
Abraham,
there came a famine.
vino una...
He didn't go to God. He didn't go to God.
No le fue a Dios,
He went to Egypt.
le fue a Egipto.
That's a type of the world.
Es un tipo de
Oh,
mundo.
I can rely on.
Yo
I
puedo
can rely on the world.
en el mundo.
I can rely on that
Puedo
career.
depender en
I
la
can
carrera.
rely on.
Puedo depender,
Hello?
aló.
I can rely on Daddy's
Puedo
dime.
depender
I can rely.
del dinero de
Hello.
mi papá,
I'm
aló.
trying to help you
Estoy
expand your
tratando de
thinking
ayudarte
to
a
know that God is not only talking to the preacher today or to Brother Sam and Sister Kristen. He's talking to every one of us.
Está hablando a cada uno de
There's
nosotros.
some things you cannot take with you and become what God has planned for you to become.
Planificado para ti convertir.
So, actually, that like twice.
Entonces
You
actualmente
know,
como
Abram,
dos, Abraham
he felt fear.
sentí el temor.
When those pharaohs came along, he
Cuando
felt fear.
Faraón vino,
So he lied.
sentí el temor.
Because
Entonces
he still had
mintió.
stuff inside of
Él
him.
tenía cosas adentro.
God had to dig that stuff
Él
out of
tenía
him.
que sacar las cosas de
Why?
él.
Because I'm going to bless this guy.
Él dijo,
I'm
quiero
gonna bless him like he
bendecir
can't
este
even
hombre. Voy a
imagine I'm
bendecirle
gonna
como
bless
no se puede
I'm going to
imaginar.
bless this girl
Voy a
like she
bendecir a
can't
la
even
chica como ella no
imagine
se
how
puede
I'm gonna bless
imaginar.
her.
Como la
But in
voy a
order to
bendecir.
get her there,
Pero
I'm
para
going to have to let her take this
llegar,
journey. She's going to have to go a couple of, don't you give up on somebody. It may look like they're in the world, but don't give up on them. God's digging something out of them.
Sacando algo de ellos.
So,
Entonces,
finally,
por fin,
they got miserable.
se convirtieron
Your misery changes the way people pray.
Ser miserable cambia la manera de orar.
Hello?
¿Aló?
When you get miserable enough, you don't come
Ser
bargaining.
miserable, no vienes.
Oh God, I'm so sick of this. I'm so tired of being sick. I'm so sick of being sick. I'm going to come here. Whatever you want to do.
Lo que tú quieras.
That's what Abram said to
Es
him.
lo que Abraham dijo a Lot.
I don't care, man. You can have anything you
Tú
want.
puedes tener lo que tú quieras.
We can't hang out
No
together no
podemos
more.
pasar tiempo juntos, nada más.
Hello?
¿Aló?
I love you.
Yo
But
te
man,
amo,
you just came from my
pero
style.
tú estás
I
molestando
love you.
mi estilo.
The
Yo te
blessings
amo,
God had for me.
pero las bendiciones que Dios
I'm
tiene para
not
mí,
able to take
no soy
in
capaz de recibir,
because they don't mean nothing to
porque
you,
no
Ma.
significa nada.
You got your eyes on
Tienes
Sodom
los
and
ojos en
Gomorrah.
Sodoma y
You got
Gomorra.
perverted thoughts
Tú
in your
tienes
mind. And the
pensamientos
lights of that,
perversos en
those
la
cities
mente y las
are
luces
drawing
de
you.
las ciudades
And
están
Lot,
atrayendo.
that's not in my heart. I don't want nothing to do with this old world. I got my eyes on Jesus. I got a home called heaven. I don't want anything to do with this world. But if that's what you want,
Pero si eso es lo que tú quieras,
Abram finally said,
Abraham por fin dijo,
and
Lot,
by that, he's still Abram right now.
él aún es Abraham.
You can choose.
Te puedes
The
escoger.
Bible said,
La Biblia
you know, Lot,
dijo,
look, man, there's the well-watered
Lot
plain,
está
like the
la
best.
tierra, la mejor tierra.
And he said, I'll take that. And
Le dijo,
Lot,
yo lo
Abraham says,
tomará. Y
I
Abraham
don't care, Lot.
le dijo, no
You can have it
importa,
all.
Lot, lo puedes
You can
tener
have it as
todo.
long as I got
Tan
Jesus.
largo como yo tengo a
Hello.
Jesús,
As long as I got
tan largo
Jesus,
como yo
you
tengo
can
a
have
Jesús,
everything
te
else.
puedes tener
As
todo.
long as I got Jesus, I don't need whatever it is you're talking about. As long as I got Jesus, everything's going to be all right. So, Lot,
Entonces Lot,
I'm not even going to go to that story. I'm just trusting you've read your
estoy
Bible. You
confiando
know
en
it turns
ti.
out really
Si
bad
lees
for
la
Lot.
Biblia, tú sabes que salió muy mal por Lot.
But Abram,
Pero Abraham,
now there's been a separation.
ahora ha estado una separación.
And God,
Y Dios
hey, Abe, we can talk now.
le dijo, ahora podemos
Hello?
hablar. ¿Aló?
You know, there's sometimes God's wanted to
A
talk to
veces
us
Dios
so
nos quiere
bad.
hablar tan malo.
I'm not just saying you,
Yo no
me too.
solamente estoy hablando de
But
ti,
my
yo
mind's
también.
been on other stuff,
Pero la
Robert.
mente ha estado en otras cosas, Robert.
Sometimes it ain't been like,
A
you
veces-
know, sometimes it ain't been real
A
evil.
veces no fue muy malo,
Just
solamente
not on God.
no en Dios.
And God says,
Entonces Dios dijo,
oh, Ronnie, I've been wanting to talk to
Ronnie,
you.
yo estuve deseando hablarte, pero tú tienes la mente en otro lugar.
If you only could see.
Si solamente tú pudiste ver,
Mama T, you knew he was talking to
tú
you.
sabes que Él te está hablando a ti.
If you could only
Si
see
solamente te puedas ver
how he wanted to lift
como
you
Él
up,
quiere levantarte,
how he wants to bless you.
como Él te quiere
The souls he
bendecir,
wants to
las
save.
almas que Él quiere salvar a
The
través de
miracles.
ti,
The
los
sick people, you can
milagros,
lay hands on, they'll be healed.
ponando las manos sobre los enfermos y
It's something
sanos.
God is saying, no, it's that our minds aren't able to take it in because we've been hanging on to stuff.
Porque estamos
We've been,
pegados a
I
otras
don't have
cosas.
anybody in mind.
Yo no tengo nadie en la
There are
mente.
people here who
Pero
want
son
blessed.
personas aquí que
You have prayed and asked God for
estás
stuff.
orando,
I
pidiendo
promise you,
cosas. Yo te
God
prometo que
is
Dios
the blesser.
es la bendición.
Maybe you got to come to a place of being miserable,
Llegar a un lugar a estar miserable.
where you come to an altar somewhere with God,
En algún lugar con
and you
Dios.
say, God, I'll give it up.
Dios no, voy a renunciar.
Again, I'm not talking about sin. I don't know. But I'm saying this. If it gets between you and being blessed of God, surely we want to come to a place and say, I give it all. I give it all away.
Doy todo.
Just for more of Jesus.
Solamente para más de
For
Jesús.
more of Jesus.
Más de Jesús.
For more of Jesus.
Para más de Jesús.
Come with me. We can go back up here and preach.
Vamos a ir para atrás para
I told them
predicar.
last week I was going to do this.
Les dije la semana pasada voy a hacerlo.
Yeah, I want you all to hear it too.
Quiero que todos lo escuchan bien.
That's right.
Esta es verdad.
You're going to be blessed.
Vas a estar bendecidos.
Abraham,
Abraham,
I promised you,
yo
right?
te
We
prometo.
read that. In
Lo
12:3,
leímos.
1 through 3. He
En
promised.
no hasta 3, Él
But he
prometió.
ain't going to bless your
Pero
mouth.
no va a bendecir el desorden.
I'll say it again.
No
He ain't going to bless your
no
mouth.
va a bendecir el
You're
desorden.
going to have to come to a
Tienes
place
que venir a
you're
un
willing to
lugar
lay down.
dispuesto de dejar al lado.
Hello?
¿Aló?
Good to see you, Sister Mary.
Bueno, de verte, hermana Mary.
God bless you.
Dios te bendiga.
Your family.
Tu familia.
Yes. See, I believe
Pues yo creo
that God gave me this
que Dios me ha dado esto,
to say to the people
decir al pueblo,
because He wants to bless us.
porque Él nos quiere
This is not
bendecir.
about God wanting to
Eso no está acerca de Dios queriéndote
judge you.
juzgarte, destruirte, no.
He said, we have an altar.
Tú digas,
You
tenemos
can bring
un
it to the
altar,
altar.
lo puedes traer
And
al
let God,
altar.
so let's go.
Entonces vamos.
Now, Lot's
Ahora
going.
Lot se fue
And it's Abraham and Sarah.
y es Abraham y Sarai.
And they had this experience with
Es
God.
una experiencia con Dios.
Because there's, how many of you want another experience with God? Surely Jesus was ain't enough for us. Surely that one time when we came to God is not enough for us. I want more. I want another experience. I want fire from heaven to burn within my soul. So God
Entonces Dios
meets with Abraham and Sarah
se unificó con Abraham y
Changes their
Sara.
name.
Cambió sus nombres
to Abraham and
a Abraham
Sarah
y Sarah
and gives them a
y
baby.
les
Now,
dio un bebé.
listen, I'm leaving part of the
Escucha,
story out.
estoy
But they tried to
dejando
help
parte de
God
la
out
historia
because that's what we
cuando
do.
trataron de ayudar a Dios, es lo que hacemos.
When we're in that journey,
Cuando estamos en la
I'll
oración,
help you out,
yo
God.
te ayudar a Dios.
Sarah says, go take
Sarah
my
dijo, vaya y
him.
tomar.
Abraham goes, yeah, honey.
Abraham dijo que sí, mi amor.
Hello?
¿Aló?
Oh, but if they only could see the future.
Pero si solamente pudieron ver el futuro.
All right, let's go to 15.
Vamos a 15.
So now
Ahora
God comes to Abraham.
Dios vino a Abraham.
His son, I read
Su
this,
hijo, lo leía,
his son Isaac
su hijo Isaac
is 25 or 26 years
tiene
old.
25, 26 años en edad.
And God says to Abraham,
Y Dios le dijo,
take thy son,
toma tu hijo,
thine only son.
tu único hijo.
That's what God is
Es lo que
saying
Dios está diciendo
in there,
ahí,
is that this is the chosen line.
que es la línea
This is the
escogida,
line through which the Savior is
en
going to come.
línea por lo cual el Salvador va a salir.
Take him, pull up
Tómate,
on the mountain,
súbete por la montaña
and offer him as a
y ofrecerle
sacrifice.
como un sacrificio.
Now this is the blessing.
Esto es la bendición.
The fulfilling
El
of God's
cumplimiento
blessing,
de
the
la
promise
bendición
of
de Dios, la
God,
promesa
is
de
all
Dios
contingent on that one son.
en el
So
único
God's
hijo.
saying, take your
Entonces,
promise,
Dios está
the
diciendo,
promise
toma
God
tu
gave you,
promesa, la
and
promesa
bring it
que
to the
Dios te ha
altar,
dado, y
and
tráelo
lay it
al
on the
altar,
altar.
y déjalo en el altar.
Now Abraham didn't ask
Ahora,
Sarah,
Abraham no pidió a Sara,
because he understood
porque
that
entendía,
you don't go ask your wife
tú no pides tu
if
esposa
you're about to kill
y
your
estás a
son.
punto de matar el hijo.
Hello?
¿Aló?
But he took
Pero él tomó
Isaac,
Isaac
and he traveled,
y
I think it was
viajó
3 days journey,
3 días,
came to the foot of the mountain.
llegó al bajo
He
de
said
la
to the
montaña,
servants,
dijo a los
you stay
siervos,
here.
quédate aquí,
My son and
mi
I,
hijo y yo
we're going up the mountain
vamos a subir la montaña,
because we're going to make the
porque vamos
sacrifice.
a hacer un
Now listen,
sacrificio.
this is important
Escucha, es importante,
because in that context
porque en este contexto
is where God speaks to
está
Abraham
donde Dios habló a Abraham
about this particular
acerca
event
de este evento específico.
the first time.
La primera vez,
Look, you got to hear God
tienes que oír a
and you
Dios,
got to respond to God.
tienes que responder a Dios.
It's like God has to be able to talk to you
Tienes que estar capaz de hablarte
about, and you have to be willing
y tienes que estar dispuesto
to bring your all, your future.
todo tu
That's what
futuro.
Isaac was. He was Abraham and Sarah's future. Their spiritual
Tu
blessing.
bendición espiritual.
God said, bring it to
Pero
the
Dios
altar.
dijo, tráelo al altar,
Bring it to the altar.
tráelo al altar.
And so they start up the mountain.
Subieron la
They
montaña.
start up the mountain.
Subieron la montaña.
And the son
Y el hijo
says to Abraham,
dijo a Abraham,
Dad,
Padre,
I see we have the wood
veo que tenemos la madera,
and I see we have the fire.
tenemos el fuego,
But hey, Dad,
pero oye, Padre,
where's the sacrifice?
¿dónde está el sacrificio?
You know, that was a wise father.
Eso fue un padre
He said,
sabio.
God
Le dijo, Dios
will provide
va a
himself,
proveer sí mismo
right? A ram for the offering.
una ofrenda.
Now, Abraham, he didn't say, son, I'm going to put you on the
Dijo, yo te
altar.
voy a ponerte a ti en el altar.
And so you have
Entonces
a
tienes
lot of different factors in this story.
muchas cosas pasando en la historia.
The son is not
El
a toddler.
hijo no es un
He's
hijo
not asking you to take one of your
joven.
toddlers,
No
lay
está
him on the
pidiéndote
altar,
tomar
put a knife in him.
un hijito y ponerle en el altar.
This is a 26-year-old boy.
Este es un
And dad's
hombre de
about
26 años y
126.
su papá tiene 126 años.
And so he says, son,
Entonces
get
le
on the
dijo,
altar.
hijo, vete,
Yo, wait.
vaya en el altar.
This is your sacrifice.
Este es tu sacrificio.
So we see a lot of factors
Entonces vemos
involved.
muchas cosas pasando aquí.
But ultimately,
Pero últimamente,
the Bible says
la Biblia se dice
that Abraham,
que Abraham
he drew back the knife
subió la cuchara
and he would have plunged it
y preparó de ponerlo
into the heart of his son.
en el corazón de su hijo.
This is because you know what it says in Romans?
¿Sabes qué
It's
se dice
because
en
he
Romanos?
knew.
Se dice que él supo.
And if God let him kill him, God
Si
would
Dios
raise
le
him from the
permitió de
dead.
matarle, resucitó desde
That's
la
a lot of
muerte.
faith.
Eso es mucho fe.
But the Bible
Pero
said
la Biblia
the
dice,
angel of the Lord
el ángel del Señor
stopped him
le paró
and said, now I know
y le dije, ya ahora yo
Now I
sé,
know
ahora yo
you're
sé
willing
realmente
your all.
estás dispuesto de dar todo.
Hence my message.
Entonces mi mensaje,
I'm going to give my all.
voy a dar todo.
We're going to take communion
Vamos a tomar la comunión
in a few minutes.
en unos minutos.
I'm not going to ask people to come to the
No voy a
altar
pedir personas venir al
yet.
altar.
I'm not going to say I won't give an
No voy a
altar
decir
call.
que no voy a llamarles.
But I want us to take
Pero
communion together.
quiero que tomamos la comunión juntos.
I want us to ask God
Quiero que pedimos a Dios
for a heart that's willing
para un corazón dispuesto
to give our all.
de dar todo.
So if you get your folks, if you'll come, they're going to distribute the communion
Van a
to you.
distribuir de la
Listen,
comunión.
there's a whole lot more things, but time is getting away. People got places to go and
Están
things to
saliendo.
do.
Personas tienen cosas a
I
hacer
know that.
y lugares de ir, yo lo sé.
Good to see you. I don't know what God will ask of you, Janie.
Yo no sé lo que Dios
I'm so
te va
glad
a
you're here
hacer.
today.
Estoy tan
We've been
feliz que
praying
estás
for
aquí.
you.
Hemos
We love
estado
you.
orando para ti, te amamos.
Oh, this is a man, right? You know this man?
Este hombre, ¿tú conoces a este hombre?
This is Christian.
Él es Christian.
I love you.
Te amo, Christian.
You know, when we look at one another
Miramos unos y otros
and we see where we are,
y vemos dónde estamos
and we kind of make our
y
determination.
determinamos algo. ¿Conoces a ella?
Maggie,
Ella es Maggie.
it's Dawn.
Ella es Dawn.
And I'm not saying we don't
No
know.
estoy diciendo que no lo sabemos.
I don't know if we can see through our eyes of faith
Estuvimos a través por los ojos de
What
la fe. Lo que Dios,
what God sees.
lo que Dios vea.
Robin, I saw you at Racing.
Robin, yo te vi ahí
Go, Robin.
adorando, yo
Robin,
estaba
Robin.
aplaudiéndote.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what God will ask of you to give.
No sé qué Dios que
I
está
don't know
pidiendo.
what the key to your
No sé qué
blessing.
es la clave a tu bendición. Aquí es lo que yo sé.
See, the truth is,
Es la verdad es.
I can't tell you what your trial
No
is
te
going
puedo
to be.
decir lo que va
I
a
hope
estar.
you can hear me.
No
Can
sé
you
si me
imagine the
escuchas.
trial that Abraham was
Imagínate la
going
prueba
through?
que Abraham estaba pasando.
Sacrifices, trials,
Sacrificios y pruebas
they're kind of synonymous.
son semejantes.
Your trial,
Tu prueba,
your sacrifice.
tu sacrificio.
All I know is this.
Todo lo que yo sé es este.
The Holy Ghost is
El Espíritu Santo
talking to me about our world
está
today.
hablándome acerca de nuestro mundo hoy día.
I don't know what it's going to take to make a difference in Washington,
No
D.C.
sé qué va a tomar para tomar la diferencia en Washington.
I don't know what's going to take to
No
win.
sé qué va a tomar
500
para ganar 5,000 personas.
But I know that God
Yo sé que Dios
knows that if we're willing to
sabe
pay the
que
price,
estamos dispuestos de pagar el
He's
precio.
willing to give the
Él es
blessing.
dispuesto de dar la bendición.
so I'm going to ask you to stand with
Yo
me.
te pido ponerte de pie.
You know what? I kind of think you all know this little girl loves me.
Creo que ustedes saben que esa chica me ama.
I mean, I'm being honest with you.
Ser honesto con ustedes.
I don't know if you would just sit on the podium for me. But I'm going to ask you
Yo te voy a
right
pedir
now
ahora mismo, si te
to
puedo,
join me in prayer. All right?
unificarte
I
conmigo
don't know.
con la oración para Aria.
Maybe it's on my part.
A veces para en mi parte.
You know what I mean? I just sense
Yo
we need to pray for
diciendo
her.
que tenemos que orar para ella.
We don't know what her future is
No
going to
sabemos
be.
qué va a estar su futuro.
I don't know what God's doing in
No
her
sé qué
life.
Dios está haciendo en su vida.
But if you would just join with me
Pero si
in
te
prayer
puedes
right now.
unificarte conmigo en la oración.
Lord, in the name of
Señor,
Jesus,
en el nombre de Jesús.
Lord, we pray right
Señor,
now for
oramos ahora
our
mismo para
I know you have given me a connection with this little
una
girl.
conexión con esta chica.
And I know she loves me. I pray, Jesus, today that whatever need it is in Aria's life, you're the God of heaven. You know all things well. We ask you in the name of Jesus to touch her. Yes, Lord. Jesus' name. Jesus' name. Jesus' name. Now I've asked Brother Eric he's going to read the scriptures and lead us into taking communion. The Bible tells us don't take it lightly. I believe that it can be a time, scripturally, it can be a time of healing.
De acuerdo con la escritura, puede ser un tiempo de sanidad.
Don't, you know what I mean? Be serious about what
Seas
you do.
en serio acerca de lo que estás haciendo.
This is the type of his body
Es el tipo de su cuerpo
and his blood
y su sangre
that he gave for us.
que Él dio para nosotros.
Miracles can
Los
happen.
milagros pueden
While
pasar.
we're taking
Mientras
communion,
tomando la comunión,
bodies can be
el
healed.
cuerpo puede ser sana.
Families can be
Las
healed.
familias pueden ser sanas.
Lives can be changed.
Los ojos pueden estar
So
cambiados.
I'm asking you, be
Entonces
serious
estoy
about what we're
pidiéndote
doing.
estar en serio acerca de lo que estamos haciendo.
In Jesus'
En
name.
el nombre de Jesús.
Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm going to be reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 11.
Vamos a estar leyendo de 1 de Corintios capítulo 11,
Verses 23 through 26.
del verso 23 al 26.
Amen. For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread, and when he had given thanks, he brake it and said,